Hi class, this is Mr. McGuire. I just wanted to show you a couple little quick tips before we really get kicked off with this school year. It's a lot of new technology for us, so I just want to make sure that we know how to kind of navigate through some of this stuff. This is new learning for you guys and definitely new to me, so there might be little hiccups along the way, but we're going to try our best to kind of iron those out and not really have too much issues going on. So make sure you pay attention to this. This is how we're going to kind of try to eliminate a lot of the little technology glitches for us. So we're going to just kind of run through like a normal daily thing of how our class is going to go, flipping between Google Classroom and our Google Meet session. So first thing, when our class period starts, you guys are all going to go to your Google Classroom. So I'm just going to kind of click over here to this tab. If you notice, when you log into Google Classroom, you'll have all of your classes just like I do right here. When you click on your Algebra 1 class, you should only have one Algebra 1 class, and like me, I have a couple. So when you click on your Algebra 1 class, there's going to be an actual Google Meet session. If you look right up here, we have our Google Meet session. Let me kind of shadow this right here. And that's the link right here. You're just going to click right on this, and that's going to actually bring you into our virtual classroom. So you'll do that every single day right at the beginning of the class period, and that'll get you into our classroom. Once you do that, you'll look like a screen like this. Make sure when you guys come into the Google Meet that your microphone is muted. All right, that's super important because if everybody has their microphone on, like you might be listening to music in the background just until our class period starts, or you might have siblings who are on other Google Meets. It can get super loud, especially when I'm sharing stuff. If you have your microphone on, you could have some feedback, so it could get this like really annoying, like loud voice or screeching sound. So make sure you guys just have your mute on. A couple things about Google Meet when we're in Google Meet and like I'm doing like a presentation or something like that. If you ever have a question or anything like that, there's this little box up here. It looks like a little message. You can click on that, and this is something that everybody in the classroom can see. So make sure if you're trying to have like a private comment or something like that, do not post that in this chat because all your classmates will see it. It'll be populated with all of our people here. So just make sure you guys are using proper etiquette with that. And, you only want to put stuff in the comments that, is obviously appropriate. If you look down here, you can actually turn on captions. This is kind of cool. So like if I tend to talk pretty fast, so if I'm talking too fast, you can turn on this captions, and it's pretty cool. Like if you look down here, you can see it's not always perfectly correct, but it does a pretty decent job, especially if I enunciate properly. So you can definitely turn that on. I'm going to turn that on just so I can, hear you guys. Some of you guys might mumble a little bit, so that might help me. But I'm going to turn that off for now just so it's not too big of a distraction. And then last thing I wanted to show you guys with our Google Meet that might be useful. I'm going to have like multiple screens going on. So if you look at this they call this like a snowman because it has 3 little dots on top of each other. So if you click that, and then sometimes when I'm sharing, you want to have like the best layout for you to be able to see my presentation. So for example, you want either the spotlight, so you can like see my screen larger, or you want this sidebar just to kind of see a couple of faces over here. If you pick the sidebar, you'll be able to see both my presentation and probably my picture. The spotlight, you'll only be able to see the presentation, so you won't actually be able to see my face. The tiled one is probably the worst one because if you had my presentation on just this little tiny window, it's going to be kind of difficult to see. So you definitely want to, if you're in like some weird layout, just click on the snowman down here in the bottom right, click on change layout, and then you want to either pick sidebar or spotlight. Let me just double check over here, make sure I'm not missing any of these. Like you can turn on captions yourself. Like I said, you can do it this way as well. You don't need to worry about switching your camera. If you want to make it full screen, by all means you can. So yeah, this is just a little tutorial. Make sure every single day you're going to Google Classroom to find this link to click on. That'll get you to our Google Meet every single time. And then once you're here, there's just those couple of features. You can turn on captions right here. You can change your layout. And then up in this top right, you have the chat feature. All right, guys.